These are the new hoses made by Viper Specialty Performance. These were $500 for a pair, and there's a reason for that. These are very good quality. They're made with XRP hoses and ends. And the big deal with them is they're double swivel. So you can see on this fitting we got a single swivel, right? This other one we've got a double, see? And it swivels here and here. And the big deal with that is when your engine torques, if you don't have these double swivels, there's a possibility for this to loosen itself over time by doing. Now let's put them on the car and see how hard it is to do. This is me from the future. Get a 1-inch wrench and cut it up kind of something similar to this if you have the non-quick release lines. They're very difficult to get on the engine block side, as you'll see in the video. So just take a wrench, cut it up like this, and it'll fit in there more reasonably. May even trim it down a little more. This is what I had to do to get it tightened because they're so stiff, the fittings, you can't tighten them with your fingers. You have to use the wrench. It takes a while. Already got the car on jack stands with jacks under it, so that's already done. I want to show you how to take these quick disconnect lines off. Now if you look closely, this little cap thing will actually pop off of here like so. Not very hard to remove. Okay. Now, if you look at this, there's actually a circlip here. And the way it comes off is very simply like this. You just kind of push it off of there. Give me just a second. Like so. Like that. See how that's set up? You just kind of pry on it right there and it'll come off. Now that you remove that circlip, this shouldn't have a problem sliding off of here. Like that. Make sure you have a pan ready. I didn't, and it started leaking everywhere. Now we're going to do the same process on this one. We're just going to pop this off, a little plastic cover. Then we're going to remove the little E-clip thing here. I'm going to try my best to get the rag under it. Right now I'm just going to pull it out. Now the clip's out. Wiggle lightly. There it goes. Now the next thing I'm going to do, see if I can get a socket on this. It's about 1 1/4 inches. It's a pretty big size adapter here. There we go. Not bad at all, actually. A little tight. Those Viper Specialty lines just thread straight into the cooler and the block. They don't need this weird little adapter. Got the ratchet on there. One good pull, crunches it right off. So I'm under the car now, and it's going to be very difficult to film because there's not a lot of room. But if you see that right there next to here's the oil filter. Oil filter. Right there is what we're going for. And there's another one that's kind of buried up in here. Again, it's exceptionally hard to film, but it is right there. Now the goal is we're going to take those clips off like I showed you, and then we're going to unscrew this adapter. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't get this on video, but I can describe to you how I did it. So what I did, I took a pick tool. The clip is actually clipped on like from the bottom to the top on this particular one. So I took the pick tool on the top, pushed it down, and then used another pick tool to pry it off, and then it just launched off into the distance. And I don't know where it is. Now, the other one, which is on the right-hand side, still got to remove it. So let's get to that. Okay, it was almost the exact same for that one. I used one pick tool to push the clip just a little bit, then used another to remove it. Again, I'm sorry I can't film it. It's so tight in here, but it wasn't too hard, actually. So now I'm going to just remove these, and we'll see if we get any good oilage coming out of there. And we'll go ahead and remove these hoses. A little stubby one there. And there they are. Old oil cooler hoses. You can see where they were leaking here. Now, I talked to Dan at Viper Specialties. I believe he's the owner. He was saying the big failure point on these is actually this O-ring seal right here. Because there is only one O-ring in there. He said that'll cause a major failure. These have redundant O-rings. There are 2 of them. So this is a whole lot better of a design than this. Luckily, there was enough room to get the ratchet in there, so this works fine. Just unthreads by hand once you get it loose, so not too big a deal. I just got some really long extensions, and this sucker cracked right off. No problem. There's a little adapter. Comes right off. Good stuff. So there are the hoses, all off the car, minus one little clip that launched off into the distance. Got all the adapters here. Now let me do the best I can to show you how I install the new ones. One thing he recommended is that you put just a little bit of oil on the threads. So let me kind of work that around there. Get it all over the O-ring. There we go. Looking pretty good. Now, unfortunately, I believe this is going to be the hardest part of the whole installation. So the goal here is to get this threaded onto the adapter up there. Or in this case, down here, since I'm doing the short one first. The problem is this thing is very, very stiff. You can't do it by hand, so you have to do it with a wrench. So you got to have your trusty old 1-inch plain wrench and then try to get it threaded on. So let's get started. It's going to be pretty tough, I think. It's so hard to get to, I decided to cut down this wrench. You see, I kind of shaped it a little bit. Now, I've already got it started. See if I can get this camera to see in here. I already got it started, which was, I did that. I had to have 2 hands to do that. Now I'm just going to do this for about, 20 minutes. As you can see, it's not exactly the fastest thing in the world. Now I see why he sells the ones with quick disconnects. These do not have quick disconnects. So this has worked really well, having the shorter wrench. Now what I've done to crank it down tight, I've got this extension. Zoom out. Extension with a socket on it. Put it on the ratchet or a wrench like a cheater bar. And I'm just going to crank it down. Doesn't have to be super tight. We're using an O-ring here, so give it a decent pull. It's all aluminum, so I don't want to go too crazy on it. There we go. Pretty tight. Let's take a look. You can see it's a swivel fitting, right? So it'll allow it to swivel. Now I've already tightened this other one down back here. So let's go tighten the top ones. Same setup. Goofy tore up wrench. Give it a medium pull, nothing crazy. Feeling nice and tight. Checked everything. Everything is tight. Those down there are tight. Hoses are all ready to go. Let's go ahead and start it and make sure there are no leaks. Oil pressure is good, of course. No leaks up here. And there are no leaks underneath. I'm gonna call that good. I've driven the car about 100 miles, about a week or so, and these hoses are doing great. No leaks or anything like that. So that install wasn't too bad. Took me a couple hours. The hardest part is threading those fittings onto the engine block. If you get the quick release type, you can just thread on the adapter and then hook the clamp on it. It's a lot easier, but I wanted to get the cheaper ones because I'm cheap. The quality is about the same. It's just easier to install. Thanks to Dan from Viper Specialty Performance. I really appreciate him answering all my questions in a timely manner. He got these shipped out to me really quickly. I'd highly recommend you buy their product. It is pretty expensive, but I think you get what you pay for. These are really nice quality hoses. I'll leave a link to their website in the description. So anyway, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.